gather round, because today we're diving into the sketchy, the dodgy, and the straight up, why is this bike even alive? Part of motorcycling. Buying used bikes. Now, everyone loves a deal, right? We all think that we're going to find that hidden gem. You know, a bike owned by a little old lady who only ever rides it to church. But let me tell you something. 90% of the time, if it sounds too good to be true, yeah, it's probably been held together with duct tape or zip ties or super glue or blue tack and false hope. So I'm going to walk through the biggest red flags when buying a second-hand bike. If you see any of these, run away or bring an exorcist. Now, red flag number 1 is the cold start excuse. You rock up to check out a bike and the seller goes, "Oh, I just started it earlier. It runs great." Nah, mate, you didn't just start it. You warmed it up so I wouldn't hear the sound of Satan rattling the valves. Always check the bike on a cold start. If the engine struggles, coughs like a 90-year-old smoker, or it sounds like marbles in a blender, guess what? You're not buying a motorcycle, you are buying a project bike. And projects, they're like dating someone who is toxic. Looks fun at the start, then you are crying into your wallet at 3 a.m. Now, red flag number 2 is that sketchy service history. Every seller loves to say, yes, of course, it's been looked after, it's been maintained on time. And then you're like, okay, cool, show me the receipts then. And suddenly, they become a magician. Receipts? Oh, they must have disappeared. I must have lost them in the move. Listen, if a bike doesn't have proof of oil changes, valve checks, or even basic maintenance, what that really means is that they've been running the same oil since day 1. You don't want to inherit a disaster. And here's a pro tip for you. No service history plus suspiciously shiny plastics equals the bike has been loved more by Armor All than actual oil. Now, red flag number 3 is mods gone wild. Now, mods are fine. I love a tasteful exhaust, brap brap, or a tail tidy. Little things that make a bike yours. But when a bike looks like it just came out of a Fast and Furious garage sale, that's a red flag. If every nut and bolt has been swapped for eBay specials or Amazon specials, if the ECU has been flashed by some bloke in his shed named Gary, or if your exhaust looks like it came from eBay for £30, yeah, hard pass. Because here's the thing, riders who throw on every mod under the sun usually doesn't maintain the basics. They were too busy buying neon lights than oil filters. Get red flag number 4, and this is my favorite, I hear this a lot. It just needs, every dodgy bike ad has this line. It just needs a new chain. Cool, but that's $200. It just needs service. Cool, but why didn't you service it then? It just needs TLC. Translation, this bike is 2 burnouts away from exploding. If a seller can't be bothered fixing something small before selling the bike, what do you think they've been ignoring the entire time? Spoiler alert, everything. Now, red flag number 5 is damage denial. Look, dropping a bike happens. We've all done it, but sellers love to play dumb. You'll point out a cracked fairing, a bent lever, or a duct tape mirror, and they will go, "Oh, that was from the previous owner." Yeah, right. Unless the previous owner was the Hulk on tequila, that damage didn't just happen on its own. Always check for mix-matched paint, fresh bolts, or shiny new fairings on one side. That's the classic, "this bike has slid further than I walked in 2020 sign." Now, red flag number 6 is the perfect bike listing. If the ad says perfect condition, never ridden in rain, showroom quality, then let me guess, the photos are blurry, taken at night, and the guy who won't let you test ride it. Who in their right mind is going to take a bike without test riding it? You need to do these things. But here's the truth. The more perfect the seller claims the bike is, the more you should assume it's hiding something. And if the seller won't let you start it, sit on it, or even look at it without demanding that you hand over a deposit, run. Run faster than a Gixxer with no baffles. So there you have it. The biggest red flags when buying a motorcycle. And look, I get it. Sometimes the heart just wants what the heart wants. You see that shining fairing, You hear that exhaust, and you are ready to empty your bank account. But if you ignore these signs or these flags, that dream bike will become your nightmare project. So do your research, don't fall for the sales pitch, and remember, there are always more bikes out there. Don't settle for the one that screams red flags. Now, I want to hear from you down in the comments below. What's the sketchiest bike you have ever seen for sale? Drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear your horror stories. And if you guys want to pick up any merch at all, I will leave it linked down in the description. And as always, I have been Mr. Moto Loco. You guys have been amazing, and I will see you in the next video.